kind of what I would recommend is just kind of mute all of that outside noise. And if that's something that you really want to do, then do it. Because, I mean, you only live once. So if you don't do it, you're going to always probably wonder, what if I did this? Or, you know, you're going to have that what if. So I think just doing what you want to do, like following your dream. If you want to make it happen, and just forget all that extra noise.
Welcome back to Hawaii Real, everybody. I'm your host, Ioke Ehu, and I want us to send a shout out to Hawaiian Springs Water, our beverage host for today's episode. And I'm loving this. Have you tried Hawaiian Springs Water? Alkaline?
I have.
Yeah, she has a bottle. Gave her a bottle for the guest and me, but it's keeping me cool. I'm putting it on my neck. Can't tell from the video I got sunburned this past Saturday. I swear I put on like sunblock 3 times and it didn't do anything. I'm going to sue that company. I swear.
They should be out of business.
They should be out of business. I won't call them out, but you know.
Oh, they're local. I'll take that back.
That's my Scottish skin right there. Okay. And I want to spend a shout out to all my favorite listeners out there. Thank you so much for subscribing to this episode, or subscribing to the channel, sorry. And if you are one of those awesome watchers and listeners on any of those podcast platforms like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast now, and we're on Pandora. Can you do us a favor? Can you leave us a review and tell us what we're doing and how we're doing and how we can improve these episodes and make it a better listening experience for everybody. Mahalo so much. Today I have the pleasure of having on Jaime Moniz from the Kaimuki Soap Company. She is the co-owner and co-founder of not just Kaimuki Soap Co., but also Opening Gift.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Jaime. How you doing?
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, it's been great. So you're actually part of the Garcia house, which is where we're having this podcast recorded out of. And they're on Instagram at Garcia, Haus, Garcia House. So go check them out. And you guys do the soap out of here?
Well, we don't make the soaps out of here, but everything else happens here.
Like all the packaging and selling and stuff like that?
Packaging, the selling. People, if they have a pickup order, then we have a curbside where we just go out, hand the soaps to them, and they drive off. Uh-huh.
That's cool. That's so helpful. So you guys started this company before the pandemic or during the pandemic?
It was it was April 1st when we started it. So it was like right at the very beginning of the craziness.
No joke, April Fool's Day it was just like, no, we're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the questions I wanted to ask you to bring you on the show is why soap specifically? I know there's kind of a backstory behind how you guys came up with the idea to sell soap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great question. So we had initially started making soaps ourselves we had an Airbnb here. Oh. So what we wanted to provide was natural soaps to the guests. At the same time, we started another company, Opening Gift. So, sorry, got a little distracted for a second.
Yeah, we'll edit that part out.
Okay. So we started making soaps here for the guests, and then at the same time, I was starting another business, and then I wanted to incorporate soaps here in the gift baskets. We ended up not using the soaps that we made. We found a couple local artisans that make the soaps. So we just started using their soaps, and then that's kind of just how everything just transpired. Was just it all happened at once. Just we were making them, and then all of a sudden we were starting a company and selling them, pretty much.
So you're doing the gift baskets, but then you guys didn't want to use the soap for the gift baskets? And you did the soap separately, or what happened with that? To be
honest with you, I'm kind of picky at my soaps, so I wasn't very, I wasn't ready for that.
To put your own soap in the gift basket?
Yeah.
Was that just because you didn't think it was perfect enough or ready yet? Or
yeah, I think that's more, the more of that. Just, just didn't really have the confidence in the soap yet. I'm still kind of working on the formula. Eventually, maybe I'll start selling my own soaps, but as of right now, we're just going to use our local artisan soaps and just, yeah.
So you guys have local artisans that actually help create the soap that you guys have right now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So talk about the ingredients. So are they all vegan? All natural?
Yes, they're
organic?
all natural. And then, yeah, I don't think, yeah, they're all vegan. Yeah, so they're all locally sourced, all the ingredients. We try to keep it all local. There are some times where we're not able to do that, like essential oil. So you have to outsource to companies that, excuse me, just have to outsource to other companies. But in the future, we hope to have distilled essential oils that were made here on island that we can incorporate into the soaps. So we're working on that.
So of your line that you guys have, what is your favorite and why?
Which soap is my favorite? I favor the lemongrass. They're all my favorite, to be honest with you. It's just kind of what kind of mood I'm in, but I always tend to gravitate towards the lemongrass. And then I also like the avocado and aloe shampoo and soap bar. That one is really nice because we're always out in the sun, so it has the aloe in it. So
I see here you guys have some candles too.
Yes, so I make all of this candles that go into opening gifts, gift baskets, and gift bundles. And then I've also started making a soap for Kaimuki soap, which is tobacco and bay leaf.
The red one?
Yes.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
So there's a candle now.
Yeah. So now we're going to come out with a soap, and then we're also a soap and candle bundle.
So tobacco, bay leaf, coconut, soy wax. Oh my God. People, you got to smell this tobacco bay leaf one. It's super good. All right, Hawaii Real listeners, if you've made it this far in the episode, this is your chance to get your own Kaimuki Soap Co. soaps. I'm going to offer you a discount, 20% through the end of July. All you have to do is go to their website, kaimukisoap.co, and put in the promo code Hawaii Real. One word, Hawaii Real. And that'll give you 20% off, so you can go ahead and start trying out this soap, fall in love with it, and then become a subscriber. And the oils?
So that is something new that I'm working on. There is a local company here that reached out to me. So I'm creating a massage oil for them.
Oh.
So that will be something that I'll be doing through Kaimuki. So as soon as that is finalized, we'll be launching that. And then they also want to do a candle. So that'll be like a massage oil and candle bundle that they'll be providing.
Very cool. So is the opening gifts and Kaimuki Soap Co., are these your first ventures into entrepreneurship, or do you have any other background?
So I also sell real estate, but I've kind of put that on the back burner, and I'm just focusing on Kaimuki Soap and opening gift at the moment. I'm still doing real estate, but just not like I was before. I just want to focus more on my passion.
So this has become your passion.
Yeah, I love making candles and just putting baskets together, and the whole soap world is it's a lot of interesting new ventures that I'm going into, and I really like it.
Yeah, so the real estate and the opening gift, that kind of ties hand in hand, right, with the kind of gift baskets that you guys were creating specifically for people that bought new houses.
Yeah.
Can you talk about those?
Yeah. So a lot of my my clients are real estate agents. Mm-hmm. And so when they have a closing, they reach out to me. I create a basket for them. And then it's not just any kind of gift basket. So everything that I put inside the gift basket, they're locally sourced items. And then it's also centered around the kalo plant. Oh,
okay. So that makes it even more special because it's not just a gift basket, but you're also sending them a plant?
Yeah, well, it's not just a plant. It's it has a lot of the kalo plant, as you know. It has a lot of connection and bless you. The kalo plant is a very important plant to Hawaii. There's a lot of history, and I feel that incorporating the kalo plant, it's also a plant that I really love. And I just want to share it to everyone else too. But I feel that if you're buying a home here in Hawaii, you should know a little bit about the history, about the background, where you're buying. So I think just adding some kind of educational piece to the gift basket is a good way to spread that awareness, and then maybe even get more people planting kalo in the ground like it once was.
So the gift basket, you're not giving them, a set of knives or pots and pans, but something more organic.
Yeah.
Alive.
Yeah. More something a little bit more meaningful. I'm not saying that stuff isn't meaningful, but for me.
Well, yeah, pots and pans versus a plant that could be there and provide for the household, or at least a start, for a long time to come.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's a whole cultural aspect behind that. So I really, really like that idea of the gift baskets for these homes, having a plant involved with it.
Yeah.
A local plant.
It's great because I've had a lot of people reach out to me. How do I take care of my kalo plant? How do I do this? How do I do that? I'm like, oh, you got this. And then I just help them bring back their kalo plant. And they're like, oh my gosh, I did it. What happened to me? So it's really good to kind of just see people kind of learning how to take care of a kalo plant too.
How does that make you feel when you get these people that call you back and say, oh, thank you so much for the kalo plant or helping me create it or bring it back to life? Or
It's a really good feeling. And then I'm like, oh, wow, I'm actually teaching somebody else how to do this because I didn't know how to do it at one time. I couldn't even keep basil alive. So, yeah, it's really, there's a lot of gratitude that comes with it.
Mm-hmm. So what's the next step for you guys with Kaimuki Soap Co?
So,
are you guys going into stores? Or are you only selling online, or what's the deal with that?
Well, we have a Kaimuki store, Ava and Alina, that sells our soap bars. And then we also, earlier at the beginning of our journey, we teamed up with Summer with 10 Tomorrow, and she asked us if we could create a face mask wash that's gentle for, the face and for the mask. So we have a hand soap that she sells out of her store. And then eventually we also have a pet shampoo. Nice. We would love to get our pet shampoo in a local store here. That would be great. Just because, everyone loves dogs or cats, and it's just a great product. So why not share it?
Yeah. You guys have 2 dogs?
Well, we have 3.
3?
Yeah.
How come I never see the third one?
She's hiding.
I love Cupcake. You guys, little white dog. She's awesome. Totally cool. I was wondering about the black soap bar.
Oh, that's the charcoal and mint bar. So that's a face and body soap bar. I use that actually every day. If you have more of a dry skin, I wouldn't use it more than once a day because it has the activated charcoal. So that will dry out your skin a little bit if you use it a lot. But I use it twice a day, sometimes 3, and my face is pretty good. I'm kind of sweating right now, though.
I was like, for someone who just got sunburnt on Saturday, which one would I use? Probably the aloe.
I would recommend the avocado and aloe bar.
Cool.
For the sunburn.
Nice. So you do have a backstory behind coming to Hawaii. Because you're not from here.
No.
Where are you from?
I grew up in Florida. I lived there all my life except for the last 12 years. Ever since I've been here. So that's... Do you want to know a little bit more?
Well, how did you come to Hawaii?
I used to work for the airlines.
Okay.
And then during that time, I had traveled out here a few times for about a year. I'd come out, well, not a few times. I would come out here every month for a couple of weeks. And then,
that must be nice.
Yeah, well, when you fly, you fly free when you work for the airlines. Well, I don't know if it's like that now, but I know back in the day, you just fly furlough. Is it furlough? Not furlough. Anyways, you fly standby. Yes, that's what it is. I forgot where I was going with that.
So you come out here for a few weeks at a time?
Yeah, I would come out here for a few weeks, and then I got put on furlough. And I said, well, now's the time, because I was already planning on moving somewhere anyways. I just didn't really know where, but I kind of felt like Hawaii was the place where I was going to go. And then just made it happen when I got put on furlough. And then 10 months later, they asked me to come back to work. And I said, no, thank you. I'm not coming back.
Well, at what point, and I guess living in Hawaii is such a struggle for a lot of people. And what we tend to see are locals that leave Hawaii. But then you have a story where you're actually coming to Hawaii. You're making that decision, and you're moving to Hawaii. Was it a struggle to move here? Or was the decision made in your head already that you're just going to do it? Or, because do you have family here?
No family. I didn't really know that many people here. When I moved out here, everyone's like, you're not going to move there. I'm like, I am moving. I'm going to go. And then whenever I finally did it, people were just kind of shocked. I moved out here with a girlfriend of mine, but she didn't last very long. She just, as soon as our lease was up, she was out. She went back to the mainland. But I think it's just, for some people, it's Hawaii's either for you or it's not for you. And you'll find that really quickly.
Why was it for you?
I don't know why. It just felt right. It's a good place to be. I mean, I think about being on the mainland and then think about being here. It's so much better to be here. I mean, the mainland's great, but it's just a little bit more relaxed, and it's beautiful here. You can just go to the beach after work or in between your lunch break, or it's just great. And there's more to it, but that's just a few things.
Our water tastes better than Florida's water.
They do. It does. Yes.
On a vacation to Disney World in Orlando, I was like, oh, the water there tasted like gasoline. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, stay away.
I was shocked that the water fountains at Disney World had water that smelled so horrible.
Like chlorine?
Yeah. Well, it smelled, I know it was chlorine, but I know it smelled worse.
Yeah, it's bad.
It was disgusting. I was like, why would they allow that to happen? And then you go to the restaurant and order like a soda, and they're mixing it with a carbonated water that they get sourced locally, so it still tastes like gasoline. I'm like, terrible. I guess from Hawaii, we're just spoiled with our really good tasting Hawaiian Springs water. So one of the new things that we've done with this podcast is we've put out a shout out to some of the listeners out on Facebook and our Facebook group, Hawaii Real, to give us some questions for the guest. And so we've got a few. Are you ready, Jaime? Are you ready for these questions? Okay. Nick Smith, is there a vegan or non-vegan issue in the soap industry as a whole? And I guess that's the question. Is there a vegan or non-vegan issue in the soap industry that you guys have encountered?
That's a great question. We haven't encountered a vegan, any kind of discrepancies or anything like that. But it doesn't mean that it's not happening. Happening out there with others. But all of our products are vegan. So that's why we're not coming into that kind of situation.
Because all you guys' stuff is sourced ethically, which kind of leads into one of the other questions from Grant Chapman. Where are you guys sourcing your ingredients from, and are they ethical sources?
Yes, they are. And we try to get everything local. When we're not able to get things that are local, ingredients that are local, then we outsource to other areas. And we also keep in mind of everything being eco-friendly and sustainable. So we just want to make sure that, everything's good to the earth.
So what kind of oils were you guys using in these? So I know we talked about that off camera a little bit.
So in all of our soap bars, we have a coconut oil and olive oil base. We don't use any palm oil. Excuse me. We don't use palm oil, but the olive oil, coconut oil are pretty much the two primary oils that go into it.
What's the advantage of using like coconut oil versus palm oil, or what's wrong with palm oil?
It's not as sustainable. And so with coconut oil is gives it more of a lather, and then olive oil gives it more of like the cleanse, the bubbles and the sudsy stuff.
Because I used a sample of you guys' soaps, and yeah, they bubble up and suds up really well. I really like that because it makes you feel like, yeah, this is actually working.
Yeah.
Really good. Is that one of you guys' goals to make it like sudsy?
Well, I like a sudsy bar. So I mean, I kind of like the way it is now. I don't see us changing the suds to making it more bubbly. So maybe in the future, do you want us to make you a special bar?
No, I'm saying it's like a good level of sudsiness. Is that a word? It's a good.
It is now.
Yeah, it's not too sudsy, like dish soap. It doesn't get all over the place, but it's not unsudsy. That's another word I just made up. I don't know, like Irish Spring or some other bar soap there.
Yeah, with a lot of chemicals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to keep it minimum ingredients. We keep all of our packaging. We keep that a minimum as well. We want to keep everything just as eco-friendly as possible.
Do you guys sacrifice a lot by doing that? Like in work output or cost or anything like that?
For going more natural? No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I understand your question.
Was it like cheaper to make soap with chemicals and everything like that? Cheaper, faster, easier?
Oh, I don't know.
You guys are just going the hard route. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know because I'm not sure with a lot of other bigger companies like Dove, and maybe I shouldn't say that, but other soap companies like the larger commercial, there's a lot of chemicals in there. There's ingredients in there that you probably can't even read what the name is. I know I can't. So I feel like the more you can read in the ingredients, the better. At least you know what's in there.
So those crazy scientific names that don't make any sense. It's like, what is this? Oh, it's like fat from the bottom of a cow or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get.
No. Last question from our Facebook friends, from Josh DeMello. Really, Josh? Where do you wash first? And is soap really self-cleaning? Okay, you don't have to answer the first part of that. We don't need to know where you wash first. But is soap self-cleaning? I don't know.
I'm not sure I understand that question, but self-cleaning, is it self-cleaning? Like,
I don't know, Josh. Maybe we'll just
go with, what do I wash first? Okay. I wash my face. I use the charcoal and mint, and then I wash my hair. So the avocado and the aloes shampoo and soap bar would be perfect for those. And we also
have a shampoo bar too?
Yeah. And then the honey and coconut is a shampoo and coconut bar. A shampoo and body bar as well.
That's cool. So how do you use a bar as shampoo? Are you rubbing the bar through your head? I don't know.
No, that's a great question because I've seen people that do that. But for me, I'm kind of thinking like, doing it that way, I'm probably going to I have really long hair, so I'm probably going to pull my hair out. So what I do is I just lather my hands and then I just put it on my hair that way.
That's interesting. So what are the great benefits of using a bar shampoo or shampoo bar?
It's eco-friendly.
Yes. Okay. That's what we like. Because ultimately, that's the big name in the game, especially going forward, is it sustainable? Is it eco-friendly? Or is it destroying, the environment? I remember, I don't know if they still have those where they have signs at the beach, at the showers, not to use shampoo at the beach or stuff like that.
Oh, right? That makes sense.
Because of the chemicals, they would go right into the ocean.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Is this kind of a soap that you possibly...
You could use that, yeah, because it's olive oil, coconut oil, and then like this one has honey in it, coconut milk.
Let me smell that honey one. I like it. You guys put a honeycomb kind of design into the bar itself.
Yeah, they did
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's got a honeycomb on the side. I like that. It looks like someone bit into it.
This is another really good one too, the papaya and pineapple. So this is actually real papaya in there.
Papaya seeds and stuff?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. So you can wash with papaya. Oh, that smells good too. I'm just liking all the soaps and they smell really delicious. Oh, and you were saying off camera that people have actually asked, can you eat the soaps?
Yes, that's a very common question. Can you eat the soap? No, you cannot eat the soap.
It's like, people, really?
I mean, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. It might not taste good. No, don't eat the soap.
If you're going on a cleansing diet, maybe it'll probably clean you right out.
Yeah, probably.
I think I did that before when I was a kid. I had a cup of water that still had some Dawn dish soap left in it, so the water was just a little bit bubbly, and I didn't realize that it was dish soap. Yeah, it cleaned me right out the next day. Yeah, don't do that, people. That's disgusting. So what else can we discuss with the soap?
Well, we also have another soap bar closer to you.
Yeah.
That's the lavender and the rosemary. That is, that's not one of our signature bars. So these are all of our 6 signature bars that we always have.
Okay.
So the lavender and rosemary, we don't always have. Whether or not we'll keep it is another question, but everyone seems to like it, so maybe we might keep it.
Is it a sourcing thing, or how come you guys wouldn't keep it?
We just like to do seasonal bars, kind of change it up a little bit, because we have a membership. So we have a monthly membership, and then they're always asking for new bars, so we like to provide them with new bars.
So let's talk about that, like the monthly membership. So it's like a subscription-based kind of thing where you guys get, or the customers would get soap every month.
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Yeah.
So
we have a 3-bar soap membership, and then we also have a 6-bar soap membership. So every month they will they'll get a new 6 or 3 soap bar set, and then they have their soap for the rest of the month, and then the next month they'll have another. And then there are some people that will give out their soap bars to people as gifts. So if they have too many, then they just give them away. It's always a great gift.
So do you guys have like an average for how many bars one person uses in a month?
That's a great question. No.
How many bars do you use in a month?
Well, you know what? It actually, I think it kind of depends on how. So I think it depends on a few things: the size of the person, and then whether or not you keep your soap bar in the area of running soap. I'm sorry, the running water, because that also will take life off the shelf life off. And then let's see. And then I think also just how many showers you probably take.
Sure. Yeah, I take 2 a day. So I can
Yeah.
be clean.
So for me, it takes me about maybe 2-3 weeks for one of these bars.
Okay.
For other people that have larger bodies compared to me, they normally maybe like a week, maybe a week and a half. Yeah.
Interesting. So you're talking about not just one soap bar, but you have all these different soap bars that do kind of different jobs. So it's not just like they're using one soap bar every single time,
Right.
for the whole body.
Right. They all have different they all have a different purpose. So the papaya and pineapple, that one is good for dry skin. So if you have like eczema, that's been known to help people with eczema. Then the honey and coconut, that one has like the honey is really good for your hair. It makes it shiny, and then it's good for your skin. The tobacco and bay leaf, that one has like a rose clay in it, Brazilian rose clay. So that will help with if you have oily skin. The charcoal and the mint is also a really good soap bar for oily skin. You can use it for your face. Like I said, I use it every day for my face.
All
And
the
then
teenage boys out there getting acne, go with that one.
And then we have the lemongrass and oat. That one, that one is moisturizing, and then it also has a light exfoliant with the oatmeal. And then you also have the avocado and aloe shampoo and soap bar, and that one is really moisturizing and then really good for the skin if you've been out in the sun.
So do you usually use like just one bar, or do you use multiple bars in your shower?
I typically use 2 per shower. So I'll use the soap, the charcoal and mint for my face, and then I'll use the avocado and aloe bar, and then, or I use another soap bar. But if I use the avocado and aloe bar, I'll sometimes put it, I'll use it for my hair. I don't always use it for my hair because I have longer hair, so I kind of need conditioner.
I see. So before using these kinds of soaps, or before creating these kinds of soaps, what did you use the traditional commercial off-the-shelf brands like years ago?
I did.
So what's the comparison between what you used in the past versus what you use now?
So in the past, I used just the regular, like what is it? The gel? Is it the gel? What is the word? What is it called?
Just like body
Liquid,
wash?
yeah, like body wash. Yeah. Sorry. See, it's been so long, I don't even use it anymore. So yeah, I used to use body wash, and now I just use soap bars, and I just like it a lot better. I mean, it's just the whole feel of it too, and then you don't have to worry about getting a loofah, or that's just more products you're having to buy. So I feel like this is better for the skin, and at least I know what's going onto my skin, because as before I had the body wash, I didn't really know what was really going into my skin.
Right. So is there kind of a movement for people these days to go to a more natural soap as opposed to the traditional body washes and stuff like that with all the chemicals? Are you guys seeing resurgence in that?
I feel like locally with all of our clientele and the people that we've spoken to, they are moving more towards natural products. But I can't really speak for everyone. But yeah, I think a lot more. I feel like more people are trying to be more natural and healthy.
The industry as a whole. I see more and more ads and commercials for natural soap, like Sasquatch or Squash. Is that what it's called? Some kind of men's soap that's all natural, Sasquatch. It's just, stuff like that where it's bringing awareness to all the chemical ingredients that are in these body washes and how damaging it can be for your skin, and then you have these natural ingredients coming into these, homemade soaps and stuff like that, which are actually so much better and healthier, not just for the body, for humans, but also for the environment as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wonder if you can use these at the beach. Yeah, that's my next thing.
Try it.
Use them at the beach. It's like, hey, are you allowed to take a bath in the ocean with soap? I don't know. I don't see why not. I don't know.
Yeah, probably don't try it.
Yeah, don't try it. I might get in trouble for that kind of thing.
Yeah, so we did we talk about the pet shampoo that we have?
Just a little bit. You guys are coming out with it.
Yeah, so
Mountain Apple?
Yeah, so we just recently came out with the pet shampoo. There's only 4 ingredients in it, and the main ingredient is it's 100% olive oil base. Then it has like the distilled water, the essential, the fragrance oil, and then it also has the hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Yeah, sorry, I get them mixed up. But yeah, just those 4, and then that ingredient actually creates. That's what makes the soap. The sponification off of that.
Sponification?
Sponification.
What is sponification? That sounds like a dessert.
So that actually is what makes the soap.
Okay.
How would you explain that?
Bubbly?
Solidifies it.
Come
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So you can use that for what kind of animals?
I'm sorry?
What kind of animals?
So you can actually use this for your cat or your dog. I've actually used it on myself because I wanted to use it before I used it on the dogs. Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty good. I've had a lot of compliments about this. Yeah.
Not pet tested, it is human tested.
It is human tested because I want to know what I'm putting on my dog.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, dogs are definitely part of our family, so we want to take care of them. But yeah, no, I thought it was interesting that you guys can use the same soap on dogs and cats. I always thought that, and maybe it was just commercialized things, that it was a different type of soap for each dogs versus cats.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they market that, how that works.
I'm trying to think, do they even have cat soap?
But you do now.
Well, they have cat sup.
Is that the name for real?
Ketchup.
Oh.
Bad dad joke. Yes. Okay. So you guys started up your business April 1st, April Fool's Day, 2020 is when you guys actually did your launch. But that was during the shutdowns and pandemic and everything like that. And one of the things I like to get into with the shows and the guests is talking about the struggles of living in Hawaii. What was your guys' experience leading up to launching and getting this whole thing off the ground during the pandemic? And how were you guys able to be successful during that?
Yeah, that's a great question. It was interesting when we decided to launch it. We had a lot of feedback like, why are you doing this? There's a pandemic going on. But then it was like, why not?
Everybody needs soap.
Yeah. Yeah. So we did get it. It was an interesting time because there was just so much going on. We had the pandemic, and then we I had just launched opening gifts, so it was a little overwhelming, but it was a really good experience. It's just at first it was just like I like everything to be perfect. I'm like, I have to have everything perfect, and it can't be like that. You just gotta launch it. You just gotta go with it. So that was one thing where I think I struggled with, was wanting everything to be perfect, and it ended up being perfect the way it should have been. So everything worked out. Yeah.
Would you have done anything different when you guys launched?
Now that I look back at everything, I don't think I would change anything, to be honest with you. Yeah. I think it just worked out the way it was supposed to work out, even though I was just like, everything's not perfect. We can't do this yet, but everything worked out. So that's a good thing.
What was like one of the big stresses for you? I know you said you wanted everything to be perfect. So what wasn't perfect?
I'm kind of like I like to do my lists, and I like everything to check off on my list. So if I'm not having one thing checked off, I'm kind of like, but at least I have John to kind of just pull me back and be like, hey, reality here. This is how how it should be. So it's good because he's able to help me out with those kind of things. So yeah. I don't know where I'm going with this now.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like surrounding yourself with a team, or with other people that have like-minded or, fulfill some of your goals and passions and help support you, right?
Yeah. I mean, you'll have those people out there that are kind of just like, don't do it, but don't listen to them. Do it.
So did you have like naysayers like that? You did.
I did. They were like, you're crazy doing this right now. But
and what are they now? Like, what do they say now?
They don't say anything.
They're customers.
They're kind of quiet, but yeah, some of them are. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what kind of advice would you have for somebody who's trying to start something up that's getting those naysayers?
I think you just what I would recommend is just kind of mute all of that outside noise. And if that's something that you really want to do, then do it. Because, you only live once. So if you don't do it, you're going to always probably wonder, what if I did this? Or, you're going to have that what if. So I think just doing what you want to do, like following your dream. If you want to make it happen, and just forget all that extra noise.
What is your life philosophy?
Oh, that's a good one. So right now it's kind of like, I would have to say, we only live once. So, at any time your life could be taken away, and just something can change just like in a split second. So just live in the present moment instead of trying to live in the future, because that's what I've always tried to do in the past, where I was living in the future and not living in the full present. So just living in the present day, the present time, that's just something that I live by at the moment. That's what I would recommend.
So when you moved to Hawaii, what was one of the struggles that you had to deal with just staying here? You said your friend that you came with couldn't stay and she had to leave. So were you seeing the same kind of struggles that she was, and you just busted through them, or what was going on?
I don't think at the very beginning, I didn't really experience the type of things that she was experiencing. Not right away. I think it was just about maybe 3 years later. That's when I started kind of getting the whole feeling, like kind of understanding where she was coming from, because her situation was a little bit different, but people weren't as welcoming to her. But I don't know how to explain. I mean, I understand it now, why they probably felt the way they did. So I think where I'm trying to get at is there was a lot of racism with her. And then I didn't really experience that until a little bit later. Yeah. So I think that was one of the struggles. That's one of the struggles for me. Is that I got like on a tangent for a second.
Tangents are good. I get on tangents and digress all the time on this show. But yeah, no, it's, one of the things that you see, and I think I've definitely experienced racism here. Even though I am Hawaiian and I'm part Japanese, and the thing I think people see is like the color of your skin, and right away they think, oh, you're not from here just because you have lighter skin. It's like, dude, look at my hair. It's clearly Hawaiian hair.
Yeah, but I also too, now that I've been here for as long as I have, and I know the background of everything, I understand where that was coming from. So that's just, I understand it now. At that time, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? Because I've never experienced something like that before. And at that time, I understood what my roommate was going through. So, because at that time, when she was going through it, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I'm not dealing with that same thing. So, but I experienced it, and I understand from both sides. But yeah, it sucks, but you grow from it. You grow from it, you learn, and then you keep going.
Was it a humbling experience?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because it's good to it was something new to experience, and like I said, you learn, you keep going.
Yeah, it wasn't so terrible that you left. You stayed, walked through it.
I definitely, Hawaii is a great place to live. I just don't think it's for some people.
Sure.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give someone who's thinking about coming to Hawaii or moving here?
Maybe do your research. Yeah, do your research. Maybe come out here a little bit, try it out. Just visit, kind of just see if that's something, if this is where you really want to be. Not just coming out here one time and saying, oh, I'm moving out to Hawaii, and then the next thing you move out here and then it just doesn't work. I know for her, she had never been out here. My old roommate, she had never been out here, and she just came out here and it just wasn't for her. I think if she would have probably came out here a few times and then just kind of feel it out, and then before you make the jump.
Yeah, because there's definitely places here on Oahu, especially, that it does not seem like America, like homegrown, Main Street type America town. It's just not, Hawaii as a whole, it's not like the continental United States. It's so much different. Definitely
not like the mainland.
In good ways and bad ways. I mean, there's a lot. It's a melting pot. I'm proud to live here, proud to be a part of it. But yeah, it's not easy to be here and easy to live here for a lot of people.
It's really good though. I think it taught me a lot living here though, because it taught me more about the quality of life instead of like material things. It taught me to be more open to, because I'm a really private person. So when I first moved out here, people would be talking to me and I'm kind of looking at them like, where I come from, if someone's talking to you, they have a motive. So I would kind of step back and be like, what do they want? But do they really want something, or are they just being nice? And now, like, if someone doesn't say hi to me at the grocery store, I'm like, you're kind of rude. So I think it helped me. I feel like Hawaii kind of helped me change for the better. Yeah.
Do you have like the spirit of aloha in you now?
I feel like I do. Yeah.
How do you think that could transcend to people living on the mainland? Do you think it could? By not even coming here?
I feel like you have to experience it. I feel like you should experience it instead of, I mean, because, yeah, you have to experience it.
What was your big experience that helped you move forward on that?
Moving.
And realize that, like the spirit of aloha and changing and talking to people and finding out that, when people do talk to you, they don't just have a motive.
Yeah, I think just, I don't know exactly when it happened, but I just know at the kind of just over time, it just grows on you. And if you can't grow with it, then it might not be the place for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows? It might be, but.
No, because I know like Kansas City's probably not the place for me. Orlando's definitely not the place for me because the water is terrible.
Definitely not a place for me either.
New York City's probably not the place for me. Have you been to New York City?
I have. I like to visit.
So compare and contrast. The most awesome thing about New York City compared to the most awesome thing about Hawaii.
Oh yes, the pizza in New York City, hands down. You can't beat the pizza. The pizza here is good, but it's not New York pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then vice versa for Hawaii.
For Hawaii, I would say honestly the people, the beautiness, being able to go in the ocean all the time. I love the ocean, obviously. Just it's a little bit more laid back. Yeah, there's a lot of good things about Hawaii.
Yeah. I mean, there's bad things too.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that kind of ticks with me is how some people here on especially on Oahu that haven't ever traveled to the mainland and seen big cities, they think that Oahu is a big city, is urban and developed. It's not really. It's still small townish compared to some of these metropolises in the mainland. So I don't know where I was going with that, but
it's okay. Welcome to my world.
I know, right? But I would just like locals to understand that the world is much bigger and that Hawaii does have a lot to share with the world and that we can learn a lot from other places and stuff like that and bring some of the benefits and some of the good ideas from other places and bring them, to Hawaii. Kind of like when you brought entrepreneurship here.
Mm-hmm.
You had the courage to leave your home and fly halfway around the world to live in a place where you weren't related to anybody, you didn't have a home or anything like that. You just kind of made that your own.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's hard, that's difficult, that's courageous, it's brave. I don't know that people necessarily here have the same type of courage. I know I don't have the same type of courage to do that and move to the mainland, say.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's where I'll go with that. But any last words for the listeners here? Any last pieces of advice for the soap company?
Definitely take advantage of the promo.
Definitely.
And if you, we are going to be coming out with, we're planning on just coming out with this year, we're going to come out with a few different products. Maybe this massage oil, moisturizing oil. So we have a few different things coming up, maybe some new bundles, and I can't really tell you too much, but
just check out the website, people. Keep coming back. Subscribe to their soap providing service. You were saying that, do you guys deliver the soap or do you have people come and pick it up? Or both?
We mostly do, we mail, but because we have the membership, but we also do have clients that will just drive by and we walk out and hand them there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like the small town neighborhood feel of that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's like fresh soap right there. And you've seen that more and more with the pandemic, with people going, like, making food and donuts and stuff out of their house, and like people just drive by and they bring it out. It's like, here you go.
Yeah, a lot more people I think are utilizing their home more and just kind of learning a new way of living instead of going out all the time, which is good. So why not have some fresh soap?
That's true. All right, Jaime, it's been good having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Remember, everybody, Kaimuki Soap Co. Check them out. And as always, stay happy, hoy.